Warning: the video you are about to see contains profanity. Parental discretion is advised. What's going on YouTube? AV here with the AV&T series, and this is TJ. So this is our part 2 GTA show, and yes, it took a little while, but hey, we're here.
Indeed. Thank you to everybody for bearing with us on how sparse we've been putting recordings and shows out lately. With my activity with my Elvis tribute stuff, and both of us working our Joe jobs and everything in between, there's just almost little to no way to get videos out as fast as we would like to, but we're still getting content out for you. Just a bit of a heads up before we go into our main topic. This is for those who were fans and watched our retrospective on the Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy video game series. I remember that there was a point in the review where I delved into Final Fantasy X and some very interesting remarks I made about the cop-out of the ending of Final Fantasy X. I won't go into it. But for those who want to watch it, you can see that on the AV&T series Kingdom Hearts Final Fantasy show that we did. But getting to the point, I just picked up a PlayStation Vita. Look at this bad boy. Ooh. So I am not just a Microsoft gamer at this point. I am back to PlayStation type video games. And for those who know very well that I'm a Final Fantasy Kingdom Hearts fan, if you can see it, look at this bad boy. Look, that is the Final Fantasy X 10-2 HD remastered. Yes. I am going to be playing the game through once again. It will probably take a while because it is a very extensive, very awesome game. But I will be doing a side retrospective, kind of like a revisiting of the Final Fantasy X through the eyes of an HD situation. So be sure to keep it tuned in for that video. It will be entitled Final Fantasy X Revisited. And you may or may not see another rant in the near future on that. So, now that I got that out of the way for announcements, we are doing part 2 of Grand Theft Auto 5.
Oh yeah. Well,
A very interesting game, to say the least. Very unique, very brutal, very brutal. I don't think I can come up with any other word to describe Grand Theft Auto 5.
pretty much as brutal as it gets.
And we kind of delved into a little bit what we liked about it. Story, character, voices, expansiveness. Now we're gonna kind of delve into things that drove us nuts about it. Keep in mind, just to kind of repeat, we do not want any underage, little kids. We do not condone them playing this game. This is strictly for, older teenagers, borderline adults primarily. But you can see that in part 1. We went really detailed into how we feel about that there. But what we are going to discuss is not, some of it's not for the faint of heart. So if Grand Theft Auto in any form is not what you are looking for, or you have little ones watching this that you don't want watching this, please stop the video now. Otherwise, we hope you enjoy what we're about to put forward for you. So let's begin with part 2.
So, part 2, basically, guys, is going to consist, I guess you could say, of the online series of the game, right?
Yes.
This is Now, as we said, this is basically stuff that's driving us nuts. However, let's keep in mind that they are fixing some of these things. But,
yes.
But, there's still a few problems.
Well, I'm just going to go into, the first rant, which is probably the biggest one for both of us.
Mm-hmm.
Part of the advertisement for when the game was released on the Xbox 360, PlayStation 3 systems, even PC format, I believe, is heists, group heists, and the fact that, as advertised in the trailer video that they put on all formats, in their stores, PlayStation Network store and the Xbox Live stores, they advertise very heavily group heisting, and the ability to do that in the final, in the final version of the game that they released.
Mm-hmm.
And what they failed to deliver several months after its release, an epic fail to deliver was the heists.
Exactly.
So much for truth in advertising.
Rockstar, you and your advertising.
I'll start with my personal opinion. If you're going to, put that out there as an option, as a draw, a pull for people who are fans of the series up to that particular point, in any of its incarnations, whether it was, next-gen console or portable console or whatever, and you advertise this, and this is pretty much a guarantee, this is what people are looking forward to, the online mode and the heists, group heisting within the online mode. A good idea would be to put that forward, or at least put in your advertisements, release date on certain thing, may vary, it may be pushed back, or kind of do like announcement or whatever. No, instead, what happens is we hear so many people on group chats and forum chats and Facebooks all ranting about the same thing. It has 3 simple words.
I did.
We want heists.
I do believe I did a rant in one of my own vlogs.
You did.
And I did include the heists, I think, possibly.
You did?
I don't know. And for some reason, that video, keep in mind, guys, that video is way old, and it seems to be climbing in the 300 views, so I don't understand.
It was
a good rant. It was a really good rant. That's the thing. So
it's got to be the viewers who actually happen to be Grand Theft Auto players. Which,
pretty much.
If there's if it's climbing to the 300 views for venting like that, obviously, you guys who play the game Grand Theft Auto 5, you know this, you relate to this. And now that they're releasing it to the Xbox One and PlayStation 4 consoles, all I'm going to say at this point, before we even delve into another topic involving GTA 5, is there better be the heists they advertised at the start of the release and the advertisements of this game for promotion, or something's going to be wrong here.
Exactly, and I'm just going to say this. Because of the heists, the lack of the heists coming out when they were promised, what has been happening, I guess, is you've seen an incline and a decrease players playing online.
Yeah.
I myself don't play it that much anymore, only because of the fact that you can't really there's okay, let's put it this way. If you need a lot of money for something, the heists are perfect for that. If you want to sit there and just play a bunch of missions just for the fun of it, that's fine too. But I mean, bottom line is that we need more money, and we need it now. That's what I'm saying.
We both had one of those moments where
I think I just quoted that car insurance, that AJG Wentworth
God.
commercial. It's okay.
877 cash now. Oh my god.
But basically,
We're JG Wentworth. 877 cash now. Oh my god.
but that's basically what it is. I get online just to make a bunch of money off of certain things, like missions and whatnot, and I get annoyed with the missions. Let's put it this way: I get annoyed because people are jackasses. I'm just gonna say this: when you attempt to do these missions, people are So,
Well, here's the thing. You know, I don't mind them kind of like, spacing out, money, because I think that in that way they're trying to make it to where people don't get too disinterested with the game that quick. They want to play more. They want to do more.
I think that's a good point. Yeah.
But at the same time too, if you're trying to get, into the $1 million things and whatnot, and you don't have the heist available to kind of maybe up your cash flow just a little bit more,
Because
it's kind of one of those points where it gets a little discouraging, because then you're just slowly creep crawling to the goal. Like if you want a tank, or if you want whatever, and your Bugatti, or whatever. Woke up and I found myself a Bugatti.
I'd like to get a Bugatti, but I don't want to put any more real money into that game. Let's just say this, guys. If you didn't know this, they have the Shark Cards rewards thing, or where you pay real money for GTA money. It's all fine and dandy if you're obviously have a good job, but why do you want to play a game just to put money into it? I'm like,
well, here's I'll elaborate on that. That's actually a good question. If you're going to pay money for any video game, and we'll take a deviation because this kind of covers a whole bunch of different games. You're likely going to want to put your money into downloadable content that's worth a freaking salt. Like an expansion that's worth something and will attribute good things to a game. Batman Arkham Origins with Cold Heart, Arkham City with Harley Quinn's Revenge, Skyrim with Dragonborn and Dawnguard, Diablo 3 with Reaper of Souls, which we both picked up, so
yes, I did.
quite possibly we will actually
Finally.
We may just do a tiny little sub-series on our impressions of the game as we play it, just so we can because it's that game good. But getting back to GTA, GTA's downloadable content doesn't really inspire me to want to shuck out my hard-earned money, or your hard-earned money to put towards a game that frankly isn't delivering as much as it promised it would.
Yeah.
And if it was unable to do so, I'm sorry, for logistics, you shouldn't have promised it. You shouldn't have promoted it, and you shouldn't have basically said, okay, this is what's going to happen, and epic fail on the whole card of it. For me, I put absolutely no personal money towards most of the expansion, the DLC stuff for GTA 5. I didn't put any personal money towards the online mode of GTA 5 just because it's no offense, but it didn't give me the spark to kind of say, okay, well, I need this for it. I really couldn't. I was indifferent. I gave less than two shits.
Yeah, I mean, well, the thing is that what's good about all the expansions coming out is the fact that the content is free. Okay, the content's free, but for example, new cars, new planes, new helicopters, and all that, that ain't free.
It's cosmetic stuff.
Yeah.
And if you're in online mode and you're trying to buy these things, and you're in online mode which is separated from the main GTA story, it doesn't seem to me that there's a purpose to it, or so I mean, I'll gladly play the main story of GTA 5 for what that's worth, enjoy what I can out of that, recreationally just play through some of GTA 5's online mode, but frankly, Rockstar, if you're gonna release another GTA, a new GTA in the series, like I believe they're at 6, which is the next the number, and if you're going to promote something, you might want to put it in there, or people are going to start neglecting the GTA franchise as a whole. I'm saying this, by my personal preference, because frankly, if I'm buying a game because this certain thing drew me to it, and they don't give it to me, I'm not going to get the next game in the series, because it'll be like, okay, well, this is just going to happen again.
Yeah. I mean, I'll say this, though. At one point, I got discouraged enough with GTA 5, obviously GTA Online. So, what did I do? I went back to the previous GTA and played that for a little while.
Yeah.
Liberty City Stories, because the online mode, that's where anarchy is perfectly acceptable. Now, anarchy in GTA Online, that's fucking crazy.
Now, I want to bring into play something, because we kind of are delving into some heavy territory, and for a few minutes I want to get onto a lighter topic, and I think Mr. Barney here wants to as well. Let's talk about trolls.
Yeah.
We've talked about trolls in almost every other game that we've ever played. Let's talk about, well, to be honest, let's talk about Mr. Barney. No.
Right.
Let's talk about trolls.
I'm a troll, I know.
Actually, this trolled me once. So I got a bounty. On my head just because somebody had the whim. Okay, this mofo's beating me to the funny part already. So I've got a bounty on my head because somebody decided to just whimsically say, "Oh, well, just put a bounty on his head." And already the middle fingers came out. And I was like, "Oh, don't worry about it. I won't kill you yet. This wasn't like a legit bounty. I got no stake in it. I've got no claim in it. It's perfectly fine. Get in. What this royal piece of monkey-loving trash does to me is attaches a sticky bomb to the vehicle. I'm not trusting it. I didn't realize he put a sticky bomb. I just pretty much decided, okay, I'm going to get the hell out of here because I still don't trust this. And as instinct kind of served me, the sticky bomb blew me to hell.
Let's put it this way. I killed myself in the process, but I still got the bounty. This is the funny thing. He had two choices. He had a choice of going with one of our other friends in a police riot van,
Yeah.
and then I was in one of those miniature. It's a basic police van, but it's armored. Basically, you can't really. It's kind of like the riot van, of course. Riot, whatever the. Anyway,
You were a douche.
basically, I kind of convinced him to get in my van, and then I jumped out of my van and blew the sticky up, and I killed myself, but still.
You
Troll.
are a douche. I'll laugh about that because that was freaking funny as hell.
It was funny.
And then there's a situation that was the last time we both went on. There was this lovely individual who decided that he was going to, like freaking David Copperfield, spawn walls everywhere. So we're driving, we're doing very well, I might add, in car chases that obviously he wouldn't have caught us otherwise, and even with the walls, he still couldn't catch us. He starts spawning walls everywhere. Now, other people he was killing like they were nothing's business. Al and I, we were just driving along our merry way, basically going, hey, you're doing nothing but like deviating us away from you. You're not going to catch us.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the part that irked me, was when he decided to troll, like, to hack, spawn, whatever, the wall in front of the garage.
Yeah, then you couldn't get in there.
Oh, I could get in there, but...
Oh, but you had to go through the side, though?
Yeah, I had to go through the side and do a whole rigmarole to do it, and pray to God that it didn't have a freaking RPG or whatever, ready to bazooka your ass to Kingdom Come. Bottom lining is, and I think this can segue into something we were going to rant about. This is perfectly good actions to put someone in a cheater's pool.
Mm-hmm.
So, keep in mind, this game is all about, you know, doing things that you would normally never be able to do by law.
Yeah.
Without some massive repercussion and everything else. So, anarchy is pretty much in that game encouraged.
Yeah, pretty much.
But there's a fine line, if you're going to put a cheater's pool in, there's a fine line of actions that warrant this. That kind of trolling isn't exactly funny, it's not beneficial, it's, you know, to the point of no return. You go in the cheater's pool, enjoy, wear that nice little dunce cap, and just think to yourself, where would you have been if the short bus did give you a helmet?
Yeah.
I know you kind of had some points about the cheater's pool that you want to bring up.
Yeah. Now, as you probably all know, I got in the cheater's pool because I did hack, but I did this the awesome way.
Good old Robin Hood.
Because, like everyone else was doing, basically I was dropping millions and billions of dollars in lobbies. Now, some people were saying this wrecked the GTA economy and Rockstar fixed the problem. Okay, that's good.
Yes, they did.
But I'm going to say people did this because there were no damn heists. No heists.
That's kind of lead full circle on a no heist.
Exactly.
Holy crap.
Exactly. Money was a problem. Money's still a problem, kind of, even though they've kind of upped some payouts and quests.
Yeah.
But the cheater's pool, it's how should I put this? It's hell in a handbasket. Let's put it that way. You can get blown up and killed by anybody.
There's
like
no point to it.
10, 20 times. Yeah, there's no point to it. That's the thing. But I mean,
if you legit hack, that's, you know, yes, the cheater's pool should be there for that.
I feel like they should kind of have like a ban thing for that instead. Personally, it should be like a ban thing, not like a cheater's pool, because the cheater's pool is no good at all. Because what were people doing inside the cheater's pool? Hacking.
Well,
trolling.
It's the one place where they were pretty much like, if you want to troll, you know, if you want to hack, if you want to cheat, we'll give you the place to do it. But we're basically gonna tell you, if you do it in the legit version, you won't play with everybody else.
Yeah.
I think that's actually good. I think they should put, you know, place more restrictions of sorts involved with the cheater's pool. But the idea of it is good, but for a GTA-based game of any kind, I don't think there's a point to it unless you are hacking or somebody has hacked you.
Yeah.
In which case, if somebody's actually hacked you to that degree, no, they shouldn't be allowed to play the game at all in any format. But that's just, you know.
Speaking of restrictions, you can get thrown in there for pretty much anything, really. And hacking, exploits, just finding little glitches to get more money. Little glitches, mind you. Just, keep doing them. They're going to catch you. They're in the cheaters pool. Oh, you're a cheater now. Nice dunce cap. Yeah.
And you can't take that frigger off either while you're in there. You will wear that the entire time.
That is the most insulting thing ever. Just running around with a dunce cap on and you cannot wear your favorite hats in the game.
Well, I kind of like what they put with that, because if you hack the game,
you are
cheating, you are an idiot, and
pretty
you
much.
are a dunce.
Yeah, pretty much.
And congratulations, you now have a badge of honor that you can wear on top of your idiot head. And remind yourself when you facepalm yourself, should have had a freaking V8. Oh.
But yeah, like I said, there's plenty of restrictions that should be on what's considerably enough to be thrown in the cheaters pool. But personally, I think the cheaters pool is kind of useless, because if people keep finding ways to hack, like recently, what he talked about with the walls spawning, I was in another lobby.
Was a douche.
Yeah, I was in another lobby like 2 days later. All of a sudden, boulders start appearing in the streets. I have footage of this. I was getting ready to record me trolling somebody, driving down the road, and boulders in the middle of the road. Boulders.
Get this. Oh, get this.
Saucers in the, UFO saucers hanging above.
The irony on this one here.
Yeah.
I was coming out of the hospital.
Yeah.
Somebody had already killed me once before. Legit killed me. With a weapon. Legit. I just want that known before I tell you the rest of this. And I'm coming out of the hospital, of all places, where they spawn you after you die.
Yeah.
And I have a tank dropped on my head right after I spawned. A tank.
Indeed.
I am not in a vehicle. I am not protected. And a tank drops on my head.
Wasn't it a car kebab dropped on you? Like car kebab carrying the tank?
I couldn't exactly see. All I knew was that a howitzer was dropped on me.
Basically.
Squishing, just insult to the injury. I come out of the hospital after dying, and I die again.
Well, I had a car drop on me once. But that was because it fell off a building.
Well, that's
somehow.
legit. That's semi-legit. If somebody spawns a tank out of nowhere and drops it on your head, I mean, you've dealt with the Halo version of that kind of once before.
Yep.
But for GTA, where tanks and howitzers are pretty much their common knowledge here, and you have one spawned and it drops on you from like 90 stories up, you're not surviving that, number one. It's kind of a Looney Tune way to die, number two. And whoever did it was a trolling douche. Sure.
And this is a message for Rockstar, by the way. Rockstar, if you're watching this, and I certainly hope you are, because this input is very valid and very recent. There is hacking going on. I sent you messages and pictures of people spawning walls on us, boulders in the streets. I will post video footage if need be.
Yep.
But there is still hacking going on. This is a whole new level of hacking, guys. This is basically creative mode in free roam mode.
I was gonna say, you could basically go Minecraft creative mode.
This is the weird thing.
In the online.
You can spot the people doing this too. I saw a helicopter in the sky moving around like a helicopter shouldn't be moving around, as if it was being moved around like a block.
Yeah. Okay. That's.
And I'm pretty sure it spawned a saucer right in front of it, like right up top. Basically, guys, there's hacking going on.
Yeah, Rockstar, pay more attention. If you're trying to put people in a cheaters pool for hacking and have done so, pay more attention, because it's still going on and it's still.
And if you guys are saying you're doing these random sweeps for suspicious activity, otherwise known as hacking, you really need to step up the game on that. Now I was told that they're not releasing heists because they want to make sure everything's fixed. Like this hacking problem. You fixed it once. I'm sure you can fix it again, but I have a feeling this isn't gonna stop. So by you postponing the heists, you're just encouraging it. I'm just saying.
It's true. I will agree to that point.
And I'm only speaking the truth here, but I mean, I like playing GTA Online. I like playing the story mode.
Yeah.
I love the game, but it's just
For the right people, the right context, and the right timing, GTA in any of its forms up to GTA 5, and including GTA 5, is worthwhile as long as you know how to take it. With all the stuff that is actually happening, it doesn't make one want to continue to play certain aspects of this game knowing full well that they could be trolled in a non-legit way. Like, if you control somebody just by the legit mechanics of a game, like if you just like target somebody, you know, and you target them directly and you troll them with your own weapons, okay, fine. You're not hacking. You're not doing anything of that kind. It's open season. Deal with it. Wham, bloody wham. But if you're hacking and doing things like that illegally in a game, you know, that pretty much, you know, with the exception of the thing that they didn't promise, that really, you know, in that aspect, if it's not broke, you don't need to fix it. Then, sorry guys, but something is seriously up here, and I'll go play other games until it's fixed. I'll go play Diablo. I'll go play Skyrim. I'll go play Titanfall or Destiny or, you know, whatever. You know, until that particular thing stops and I can feel happier playing the game again.
Exactly. And, you know, I mean, this is the thing. Because people like to be assholes, and just to be plain honest, do like to just run around killing you. That's okay. I'm alright with that, just as long as... because I'm able to get away from that. But this is the thing. Because of this whole new level of hacking, like I said, that needs to stop... the money thing was harmless. Well, except for the God mode, but...
God mode was bull.
But this is God mode plus. You're basically spawning things on people. You're preventing people from moving. You can spawn walls around people and just trap them until they leave.
It's true. This guy... Now, granted, the means with how my vehicle was lost, my Bugatti initially was lost, was my own fault. So I owned that. But when I get to my car, drive it out a few paces, and all of a sudden 4 walls spawn around each freaking side of my car, that's not normal. That's bull trolling, and that needs to be dealt with, Rockstar. Seriously, people. So, you know, I mean, that's one tiny negative thing about that game. When all around, I'm, you know, still impressed with it, you know, bar none. And, you know, would I recommend it? Yes. But in part 1, I told you folks who I recommended it to. So, you know, I'll still recommend it. But I'm just going to give you the fair warning. If you don't know the situation, please watch these videos first so you can get a heads up. So you don't expect too much out of something.
And I'm just gonna say this, guys. You can go right ahead and go buy those shark cards. Put your own money into it. That's completely up to you. But all I know is I am done putting money into that game, because do you know how much money I've spent and lost in that game? Legitly, that I bought and earned.
You probably put about as much as you would gamble in Vegas into that game.
I want to say $20 every time, basically. Was for like 1 mil, like 200,000.
Yeah, about, yeah.
So basically, I probably in this case, I probably spent about above $100 alone in shark card expenses, because there's content that you guys release that isn't sticking around. Like, for example, that old Roosevelt, that old car, that really vintage nice car. I took up an offer because that was a very nice car. That was actually a very, very choice car. Will you ever use it? Hardly. Probably never, but it's nice to have. But still, that was like a limited thing. That's about the only thing I'm probably ever going to spend money on, and even then I'm probably not going to spend my own money on the game.
Legit.
Because I'm just kind of done with it, to be honest. And, like, every once in a while I still play the game. Like, every once in a while I'll say I'll play some GTA. I put it in, start playing online mode, and then, well, what do you know, I just start playing some missions, people start killing me, I start getting discouraged, and the game just gets hectic, and I don't know.
I mean, final thought for me, now that we've, done part 2, is Grand Theft Auto 5 is an impressive game if you take away from the epic fail that was the promotion of the heists.
Yeah, Rockstar, if you want to fix anything or prevent people from hacking, I would honestly say you should work on that heists. Get those heists moving.
But
just because you promised it and people wanted it.
Yeah, exactly. But it is an impressive game, all things considered. I like the expansive of the online mode. I like the expansive of the entirety of the game, character, story, it all around good game. I will recommend it for adults to play. I don't recommend it for little kids to play ever. But just please be kept in mind that this game is far from perfect, and if you're going to allow anybody to play this game, know what you're in for. And so that's my final thought. Al?
Well, my final thought is basically, well, I think I just said my final thought, didn't I?
I think
pretty sure I did. But in closing, actually, final thought, in closing, or whatever, Rockstar, I hope you're watching this, and I hope you saw this video, and I hope you took all these opinions into consideration, because in truth, I think this is the problem. This is all up to date in problematic information, and which is also centered around the heists.
Yeah, Rockstar, you have an incredible game. You have an incredible game franchise.
It's a good game. Don't get me wrong, but
just know that right now you've got a lot of faults in it that you claim you're wanting to deal with and stop, but please don't take it as massive criticisms. We do still enjoy the games in several of your franchises, like Red Dead and GTA and LA Noire and things like that. So please continue to pump out the quality product. Just pay a bit more attention to what's going on with the online versions of that product, and we'll be happy. So, like I said, we will have more videos coming. We've dealt with video games for the most part for quite a bit, so we're going to try to work in another movie or TV based AV&T coming up soon. Like I said earlier in the video, I intend to do a Final Fantasy X Revisited sometime in the near future, so be tuned in for that. There will be a hiatus during the first week of November, and most earliest the first week of October, for Elvis-related stuff. So I won't be able to do any AV&T hosting, co-hosting with Mr. Varn here during that time period. But be sure to keep an eye on my YouTube channel, please, for Elvis tribute artist related content in those regards. Mr. Barney?
Exactly, guys. And like I was going to say also, I'm going to have a lot of other stuff coming up. Like, for example, vlogging, some new challenges coming up. Also, I'm going to start getting into more Minecraft like I wanted to do in the beginning, but I kind of drew away from that for some time because, well, I don't entirely have a reason, but like I said, there's going to be more videos coming up on the side here, so hey guys, stay tuned, and we will, well,
yep.
Guess
so,
we'll, yeah.
For, this is Mr. A. Varn, Al Varn. I am TJ Green. Bada! Catch you on the flip side. Thanks for watching.
Cross the goddamn map. 3 points per way. Cross this map.
Oh
on a jetpack, no less. He throws the grenade. I'm pretty much as far away as he can get, and it still gets me, and it still kills me. I'm like, WTFF. What the fuck?
Well, let me just give you the tour. There's this burger, medium fried.
Stop yelling!
Okay, sorry about that, guys. Anyway, let's start this challenge and get this bitch out of the way. Okay. Oh, it's gonna be bad. Everyone, I'm gonna start.